In this recording, I'm going to pull together the elements to complete Project 2. This includes, I still need to add some adjustment layers. I need to add layer styles. I need to add type. And so I'll start. First of all, I have already decided to add some elements that I had shown you earlier. I mentioned I wanted to use this image as a background, so I've added it to the project and I've turned it on for now. I think it might be a little busy background, and so I might want to lower its opacity or use an adjustment layer to help tone it a little bit differently. And I've also added this extra image of a fish for the tail. I'm going to turn off the front butterfly wings so you can see this a little bit better. And if I hold down the shift key and turn off the mask, you can see where I took it from. I just wanted it to blend into this particular better. Then I want to check the wing in the back. I want to move it up a little bit, I believe. That's okay. And then I want to turn on the wing front. Okay, so now I have all these layers turned on. Oh, I forgot the shading. I'm going to turn the front wing off temporarily just so you can see what the shading did. I used that, I painted a little bit of that same color that's on the butter and blended it in and lowered the opacity of this layer so it would blend in on the side of the butter. And then when I turn on the wing, it basically covered it all up, so it probably wasn't needed. But I wanted to blend in the tail so it looked like it blended in with a stick of butter. Okay, now I want to add my type. I'll go ahead and add type on this and call it butterfly fish. And I will check it and say OK and move this over to the side. And I'm going to also drag it up to the top of the layer. And then one thing I thought about was maybe duplicating the background layer and using it as a clipping mask to this type. So I'm going to drag it up here above the type. And to clip something to the type, you go up to the Layer menu and choose Create a Clipping Mask. This is one way of doing it, and I thought I would start with it. So I've clipped that to it, but because it's the same as the background, I can't see it right now. So I'm going to turn off this background layer for now. And then I'm going to select the type and add a stroke to it to help it stand out. So I'm going to choose Stroke from the drop-down menu, and probably about 4 in black might be okay, and I'm going to click OK. And now I'm going to select the background again, and it looks like the type's transparent. And I could maybe leave it that way, or I could vary the lightness and darkness of this level. So maybe I want it lighter, so I'm going to select this layer and lower the opacity. So then it fills it in, but it still has some of the background in it. So it can look like part of the background is showing through or not as I want. I might experiment with the fill opacity because sometimes that would make it look a little bit different because it takes care of the fill inside the shape of the letters. Anyway, so I'll leave it there. I need to, again, like I said, add adjustment layers. So I think I'm going to select the fish, and this is actually the fish head. So I'm going to give this a name, fish head. I'm going to leave this selected. I'm going to make a new adjustment layer from the black and white circle on the bottom of the layers panel and I'll choose hue and saturation. And I'm going to move the saturation over and right now it's making everything brighter all the way down. But let's say I want to affect just the fish. So I'm going to make an adjustment. I'm going to clip the adjustment layer to the layer below, just like I did the other. And another way of doing that is to select the Option or Alt key on a PC, and it makes this little L-shaped down arrow. And I'm going to clip it, the adjustment layer, to the fish head. And now when I move the saturation, you can see that it's only affecting the fish, not everything else. So I could maybe even change the hue of my fish to some other color if I wanted, or not. So I could experiment with that as well. And then when satisfied, of course, stop. I think I'd like to add a hue and saturation layer to the fish tail as well. So I'm going to go ahead and add another hue and saturation layer to it. I'm going to go ahead and clip it to this fish tail now rather than after the fact, and then I'm going to increase its saturation. I don't know whether I'll mess with the hue or not. I'll just leave it like that for now. Okay, I need to begin to group these layers, which I haven't done yet. Could have been grouping them as I work, but I didn't in this case. So I'm going to select these two layers, and I'm going to make a new group from layers and call it my type group. And then I'm going to choose all these layers in between that have to do with the actual body of the butterfly fish, and make them a new group from layers and call it butterfly fish. And then I need to double check myself. Let's look real quick and see if we've covered all the things meeting the requirement. I have a clipping mask here, a layer style and type, which are all part of the requirements. I requested that there be at least 8 image layers. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it probably wouldn't hurt for me to make some alternative versions and add more layers, especially if I wanted above and beyond grade. So that I would say this one would meet the minimum requirements. And I do count, like color fills, this image, I do include the shading layer, something like this, as a image layer. And so now I might just create some layer comps. Already have opened the layer comps menu, so I'm going to make a new layer comp here and just call it complete, because with plant background. Let's say I want to turn off that background and just turn on the plain green one. So I might make a new layer comp called complete with green background. And if I want to make a lighter background for the comp, I really need to make a new comp that covers with lighter background. I call it lighter plants background. And I'll click OK. So I'm going to have that one, and this one, and this one. So I've made a separate comp with a more transparent background. I could have set it that way. And then I have this one that has complete with a solid background. That's all I'm going to cover in this video, and I hope that this was enough to help you with this project.